2 a.m. thoughts. Oh, 2 a.m. thoughts. So, I had times marked that I had anticipated. And I'm wrong so far. They said $5,000 account that I had reset, and I refused to fix it. So I'm gonna have to dig my way out of this hole. So this is it. I won 3 trades tonight, and I am operating on 2 lots. Yeah, 2 lots. So these are decent trades with 40 points, 30 points, about 18 points. So even though I was wrong, the trades are right. My behavior is good. I'll explain. These lines on my time travel can't be done at 100% with a ghost line. Or I say a high level of, excuse me, a higher percentage of accuracy on the win rate with this type of ghost line, because the ghosts a lot of times don't have an anchor. That's how I was looking at these lines before. Let me get this cursor. Okay. Okay. See that shit. Okay, from over here. I saw something too that I liked a whole lot. A whole lot. Okay. So this. Oh, it's hairy. Everything is kind of hairy. But this right here. You see how these ghost lines was just like floating? They didn't have an anchor. And then I finally got an anchor right here. And I could stretch these ghost lines out with a little bit more order. That's why. This one, like, this is that bottom drop, and it gave me a decent anchor on, like, pivots from that point. once this once this complete, look, this one all the way down here. I don't know if other people understand this shit. I see it real clear. Once this ray right here, these these diagonal lines get these angles, and these angles are um like fucking 90 right here, which is zero. Look, they got zero action at that 90. And then you go to 70, 60, 50, 40, 30. Like, this is, let me see the measure of an angle that's straight across. Is it 45 degrees? Or what? I'll tell you right now. No, it's zero. This is zero. And that just right open is 45 degree. And really, it's not giving nothing after that 45 degree. And this is a 90 degree. And 45 is half. And that right there is a flat line at zero. And it reset. And then, so it's coming all the way back down to that reset. And then it's giving action again here. But this can also be measured from up here. I have to put that in my mind. This also could be measured from up here, so this can get a zero. This right here now is working on a zero. And then they have to have a zero, and then I think it'll drop. That's the measurement on the operation they're doing. This is the measurement on shape, like what the visualization is of that number that they putting off in there. So, thing is, when I had this anchor over here and it was just, this ghost over here and it was just floating because it didn't have no anchor. That's what happened. That's the reason why these numbers not hitting. So I'm not even gonna trip on this anchor because this is always like, you got to have it until that bottom is established. When it's established, you'll know. You'll know, right? You'll get closer to that 0 degree angle, or that 45 degree angle. Cause after that 45, really, it's not giving no action. You got 90 to 45, and then it's not giving no action. It'll run into something until you see that huge drop, and then it's resetting. So with that being said, I'm anticipating a up move and then a hard drop. Obviously, it looks like I'm working with this right here. It looks like I'm working with this right here. This message is to me because can't nobody understand this. Maybe a quant trader out there somewhere that, they'll be able to see it and get into it. But they won't even admit it. I bet you they won't. But it doesn't matter. All I need is 15 points a day. 15 points a day with some discipline, some gratitude, some order, some discipline. So with these, my boxes are run. My boxes will run. Come on, Cursor, where are you? see that black line a whole lot easier. It's annoying, but it's a little better for me. Okay. Yeah, because that time prediction, that's nothing but angles crossing each other on time, period. But I'm trying to see how these lines are jumping right now, because this is giving me definition. This is giving me definition, and I like it. And this not doing nothing but giving the answer to a question. It's time and patience. That's the answer to the question. Wow. I see this pushing up further on this particular blue line. This is goes from the perfect line right here. This looks like the anchor ghost. This was the I guess this one right here, but this is a good anchor ghost. Um, I can erase this. I won't do it until tomorrow though. I don't know if I do any trading tomorrow. I do have work and I have other stuff going on. I did 3 trades on a paper account that went well because um I could explain it, but uh, it's looking back on data, looking back in history. Oh, it really didn't have anything to do with my time predictions. Really, these time predictions are on here to see what the chart is doing. They really not for my measurement. I mean my they not to establish a trade on there. It's just to see how the chart is going based on my lines at these times. If they don't land, then they just don't land. I anticipate some of them landing, and that's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. So some of them will land. Which ones will land? Uh, 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 mm. I can't wait till this shit get finished so I can move on with my life. The thing is, working is like it should be dumb as fuck. It's dumb. People are so fickle minded. People are fickle. I'm gonna hold this between. So I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna hold this on the zero right here. These lines zeros, that first one, and this one dot. It look like it could be that comma right there on that four. One dot. Mm-hmm. zeros, one dot. Alright. It's getting up here some action. I don't need EMAs. I am the EMA. I'm the indicator. So I'm expecting action down here. I don't know why I'm not getting no action. It will though. Work a midnight line. Hmm. I said before with the change in the economy, these swings is gonna go from like huge, like on the pendulum swing, high as like a little small, like tabletop this size swing, to a big ass damn construction like wrecking ball shit. This that wrecking ball action. Mm. My analogies be crazy as fuck. Get out my head. It's 1,000 point. This normal. This one here would be normal. That's crazy as hell. I like it though. That's that is oh liquidity. I trade inside of that. Like, y'all be the liquidity. I'm hopping on this motherfucking wave. I got mine measured out. They finna turn this thing around. Put that back. They gonna turn this thing around. I don't know. Well, this is a real line right here. This is a real line. So I want to see some kind of action right there. That's a real cross point. I see this midnight up here being taken out. Yeah, I see this coming up here because this right here never got taken. Midnight's always got to get taken, and this one has not. And then this one was like that's a perfect line, and that was made from this joker right here. I'm gonna change the color of this box. I'm gonna call this a black. I'll be long. Call it a black box. Somebody else got a black box name. But yeah, I might do a black box though. I love my pink box. Um, mm, this right here is kind of what made this hard drop. My boxes will always play as long as the banks are banking. As long as the banks operate on the field. And I learned that shit on mistake. But It works. Oh, that's how I hit my place tonight. It's from the bank play. I didn't put a box on here. I should though, cause it worked. It worked good. Let's see. It was from here. I'm glad I stuck that turtle on there though. I've been trying to be good to myself. I've been trying to be better. That's my goal. Aside from trading and within trading, my goal is to be well with myself, well to myself. It feels so good. You know how some of those kids, they grew up with a certain like luxury kind of like lifestyle, and their parents like they didn't have struggle, but they didn't know that they didn't have struggle. They could be rich or they could be poor, but it's like they had a certain like kind of a healthy, loving, like in a spiritual way, protection. And that's what I'm claiming for my son. Like I received it, of course, because I can claim it. Like I can see it. But at a certain point, it kind of was taken. It wasn't. It was given to me, but it's still in me. So I praise God for that. I thank God for that. So that's what I want to have, like, for his lifetime, for it to never be removed from him. And then if it is, he'll always be able to come to this point and know that thing that's in him, and know who he is as a person. So in that, if I'm tormented in my mind, it's not gonna work. I gotta release all that, which is, and try to take away from the gifts that were given to me. Yeah, because it'll attack. It'll attack, and it's there just to claim. Just to claim for no other reason than, like, so it won't be useful. Yeah. So it won't be useful, so it won't, like, um, so it won't give on. It won't move on. It'll stay buried. Yeah. Um, so it has extended that previous day. What size angle is this? Dang, if all I need to know is the size of the angle, boy, get the fuck out of here. It's over with. If all I need to know is this is a 65, child. Uh, This the 90. This is basically the 90. That's the ball spot from the 90. And then it just goes. Okay. I can go back to sleep. Thank you, Lord. See, it's 2:30 in the morning. I slept. I slept about. I went to bed about 9:30. I went to sleep. I slept good, and woke up, and I I was waking up, like 10:30, 11 o'clock, and I probably didn't look at my chart, but I was looking at my chart around like 10 o'clock. I was like, this not no action. It didn't hit that take profit that I was on. It didn't hit that take profit that I was looking for, and it didn't do no drop. I had a stop loss on her, and I fuck around and erased it. My finger erased it, and but I didn't feel like recalculating it, because the halfway ain't really that calculated anyway on my damn stop loss. So I just went on hit it. Look, cause see when you waiting for price, it you really can't wait for price. What is this? Is just why is this my issue? I know why. That's okay. That's all right. Okay, so when you waiting for price, you can't wait for price. You see how this did this, and then it shot up. It's gonna do what it want to do when it want to do it. But I had my take profit set right here under this half mark, and it's done gone up to the head. And really, this is what I anticipate. I said this is what I really couldn't say a while ago, because I wasn't in the moment in it, and but here I am now. I'm talking about it. So I anticipated coming up here. This right here would have been good enough for me. So I operated right up under there, which was, I mean, here was like 100 points or something like that. That's maybe. And this is like, nah, I think this may have been 100. I can look and see right now. But, yeah, on this half, I was like, I go under the half. And I was here, and I was in drawdown. And I was okay with that, with how this line right here played out on it. Because I was like, this is not gonna reverse right here. And I knew that, I think because of the way that perfect play had played over there on with the smiley faces on it to the left. And I knew that it went up to 25% before it did that perfect drop and did that perfect line. Like yeah, this giving me a glossary. So I was gonna give it 25%, and I thought it was gonna be that anyway. Even though my times were something else, I know not to be stuck on that. Number one is because that Ghost had been done without an anchor. So those crossings on those lines, they're not really they're not the like they're not set in stone. They're not set in stone. These right here, this did happen. All the other ones besides the Ghost, they did happen. So if I don't have anything else, nothing else is going on, I'll throw a Ghost on there and then see how it plays. Once my Ghost starts playing out, I know that that's word. But if it don't, then I don't worry about it. I don't worry about it. And these haven't hit at all. So sometimes they'll hit and they'll just be like floating. They won't have an anchor. And then once it gets an anchor, I can extend those angle numbers out on the same direction. Like that'll go. um like so that's one type of ghost, but an actual hard like parallel on a ghost, like an actual opposite, I'll stick it there, and when it go hard, and when it don't, it's just like it's floating, it's floating. So I know what it means, and it's all right with me. Yeah, it's all right with me. Um, This will continue up even further. It's gonna get that midnight over there. So I don't know what the day gonna bring, but it's gonna bring 8:30 to 4:30. Yeah, I'm not gonna have time tomorrow to sit in front of the charts and like be right on it all day like I need to. It could be a time like at lunch where if my lines everything is laid out, which I don't know if I can't call it. I might be able to sit down and look and execute, but if not, I won't worry about it. Can't force it. Mm. If this hop, if this hops this line, this will be met right here, of course. And then once this is met right here, you can look at the action for the continuation. Just look at it. I mean, if it reverses right here, that's a thing. But I think it will continue here because that midnight over there is one hard target. So this will be met first after this is crossed. And I'm not getting any defined pullbacks to set another box. So, with that being said, it's basically just going to go ahead and continue to the next target. I'm loving it. I'm thankful for the sight and the vision. I'm thankful for what I already have. That big old Dorito chip. For what I already have that I thought I forgot, and I didn't. I remember. I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for how good it is. I'm thankful for that. Somebody said looking at charts like this can't be healthy. I said it becomes too much of your life. It's not good for your life. There's them. Sometimes you got to pray over your chart. You definitely can't sit there and pray over a trade, but you can pray over your chart. You can pray over your chart. What he gonna do what it's gonna do? And this is my scaffolding. I'm just building up under that thing. It's laying down whatever it's gonna lay down. I'm just watching it. Yeah, I'm observing. I don't want nothing from it. This is all from me. This is all like, is Melanie gonna be patient? Is Melanie gonna be diligent? Is Melanie going to be consistent? Like, am I going to be consistent, or am I gonna drop off and fall off after some days, some weeks, some months? Am I gonna still be good to myself? Am I gonna still treat myself kind? Am I gonna be abusive to myself? You know what I'm saying? Like, am I like all that old negative shit? And so, this chart ain't got nothing to do with it. I really don't have like I do like I am fighting kind of a gambling addiction with the chart, but I know that's the enemy. I know that is always there, and I had seen something tonight basically talking about addiction, um, like and how it's fought spiritually, but I didn't really go all the way into it, but I listened to it real fast. I put it on like 175 speed and listen to it, and so I could see if I want to hear it. I do. I'll go back and listen to it. But yeah, I don't. So I would, what my um, what my goal would be is to be in control and to not be overtaken by anything that's like trying to control me. These movements on the chart, that's all it is. It's just like them putting money in front of your face and dangling it and taking it away. Because, the money is what it is if it's real money, in a way. And then like, how that is. But yeah, so I'm not looking at these sporadic moves like that. That's the reason why this right here won. Just move that bit. Oh no, it's just a timeline. Because like this move up is it's like inevitable, right? But this right here, how you gonna feel as it's going up, this is the algorithm like in your mind. This is your mind right here being fucked. And that's a shame that they do that, but you know, that's just that's how life is. When I say work is like fickle, that's just how the human mind works, and how gullible and just weak and all of that it is as human. So that's why I got all this shit on this chart. This the machine, and that way I don't feel so weak behind it. This is my strength, my foundation that I'm laying down, so I can operate on, what I'm saying, on my little piece of sheetrock that I can put up. It'll be all right. So yeah, we have to be responsible for our own actions. When you call out somebody else's stuff and say, really, that's not their stuff, that's your stuff. I called Rashawn today and talked to her. And I told her, basically, I'm being responsible for my happiness. Um, yeah. Because I know, like, deep down, that's what she want to see. She don't want to see... She got a whole lot of other stuff that she dealing with, but I know, like, with Kingston, that's what he want to see. But with Breshawn, honestly, I would think that she's old enough to know, like, what true happiness is and what she wants for her own self. But she still, bottom line, she still needs to see it. So I'll do this for her too. And that's why I wanted to dedicate my garden to her. Oh, I done started my little compost. I started my compost for my herb garden. So can't do no without no good old compost. So we starting there. And I want to put it outside, but I can't do it without like a good closed bin. I guess you know those worms. Those worms are supposed to be in there, but I don't want like maggots off of them motherfuckers. You can't have maggots in it. Ooh, let me Google and see what kind of bugs is okay. Because if it's flies like in my compost, like is that okay? Cause outside of my house, it will be like flies and shit, maggots out there if you don't, do something with stuff. So I don't on the trash. You can't just put it in the bin. You have to tie it like airtight and then put it in there. Then it'll be all right until it go out to the curb. But if you just close the bag and put it in there, no, baby, you're gonna have some problems. So I have to see, but yeah, I'm starting that. I'm excited about compost. So yeah, that's my garden and my herb garden is dedicated to Prashant. It's a healing garden. So I'm in pharmacy, right? I know everybody else. I'm in pharmacy during the day, and I don't do pharmacy. I don't do pharmaceuticals. I do herbs. um, I don't indulge in like cannabis though, like I used to. But it's it is a actual working as herb, but I don't do it. I used to grow it, everything, grow some good plants. But let's see. Let's see. What all I get to put in there. But yeah, I'm excited about my herb garden. Mm. Hmm. I'm interested to see which one of these hit. This have to come down though, but I think I have to see it come down on maybe a different angle instead of this angle. But I want to see which angle it comes down on. Because I know it got to come right there. I know it got to come right there. Um, and it faked out with this. See, this is the mind fuck that it's doing. I'm sorry, I don't have no other word for it, but a fake out, a trick or whatever. But it's on the mind. It's messing up the mind, which is messing up your pockets and your heart, and how you seeing things and stuff like that. Cause you just looking at one thing. You're just looking at this right here. You're looking at this right here. So, and they're gonna draw it all the way back up there. They've been doing like 100-point fake outs. Let's see how much this is. Cause it used to be like a good, 35, 60 on a fake out. 100-point fake out. Look, that's 300. So, which tells me, yeah, that's a whole nother move. That's not even. But it got down there on the. See, it wasn't even a whole box. It was It was just to the number one. I told you that one. That's a trick. That's a trick. Tricks for kids. It's the kids that play that orb and then this shit right here. I think it got a whole box like here on this one. And then went the other way. A whole box. They could cheat and then go the other way. So it's going up. It's going up. I missed these tonight. These at 3 a.m. This didn't happen. I'm not going to take this off until another one is established, though, because I need to see that. I need to see that error. I need to see this going to be a big open spot for liquidity, though. I want to see when it's coming through here. So So I gotta leave it open so I can anticipate. I want to leave it there and make sure I know I was wrong, because that was a fake app. I think what's gonna happen is it's gonna give me this right here, and then I can have a ghost off of what's established. But if I'm not mistaken, be mistaken twice like that now. I could continue the angle number going down also, because this angle number is just now setting for me. These right here didn't even they didn't what you call it. It's nothing like somebody that's being loved properly. Wow. If it's from yourself or from anybody else, it's nothing like somebody that's being loved properly. How they can have a clear heart and a clear mind, a clear conscience, clear steps on their feet as they move. Mm. Above all else, that love. Thank God for love. It's crazy though that I don't have love in my life, like how, besides myself. I guess that's all I need right now. I ain't tripping on that. But this line right here, I would bet on that. It's the sneak line. It's 35 points. I would bet that little 35. I would get 10 out of there. Or whatever, 15. If I'm not getting a 35, I'm gonna write this right here. Okay, I guess I'm going to bed. Didn't make any drops. Just continued up. So tomorrow is probably gonna be like a 300-point day. Let's say average is probably gonna be about 300. Midnight looking like sweep. Yeah, it might do that. And that point 25 up there at the top of that range, that was from the last range. That point up there is still open. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see. This right here was on an anchor, so I'll leave it. I'll leave it here with it being on that anchor. Why didn't I do it before on the anchor? Which it ain't hit nothing though. I wonder when I made that. I guess, oh, it's right there. I wonder why I didn't do that on an anchor. That's weird. This hit orbed on a Sunday open, to be honest. I don't know if they paid attention to that. I'm pretty sure they did, though. Them weird ass orb traders. Okay. I mean, orders do extend for the majority of the day one way. Kind of. Sort of. For the most part. You know what I'm saying? Orders extend for the day one way. Just don't be greedy. Look. Don't be greedy. I don't know why that was so big for me, but it was. It was right there. It was at the top. Mm-hmm. Let's go on, what you call it. I remember last time I did all these, excuse me, these annotations like this. I've been fuck around, wake up, and like how powerful that chart was. I just couldn't make no more. I thought, wow, I stopped. That was a powerful chart. Like I remember I had like big whales up here at the top of the trends. I did that. I don't know if I did channels, my channel grids, or what it was. I forgot. But I know that thing went hard though. I remember. Okay. Well, we staying here looking at it. We ain't gonna stop. This Wednesday is really kind of still anticipated down here. It honestly is. So, yeah, I can call days. I can call days on them, on that chart that I had before too. I want to make sure not to do that though. Make sure not to try to call something that's not anchored. I didn't have any kind of anchor. I don't know why I just didn't put it here. I wonder if I'd have seen it differently if I had. I'm not for sure. It's a possibility I would have seen it differently. No, because I was looking for that, what you call it, cross. So, I'd have probably counted this right here. I'd have probably counted this. I'd have probably counted this going under here. I need to extend this turquoise line out. I need to extend that out. All right. I'm gonna rest myself.